And welcome once again to another fantastic Minecraft tutorial. My name is Dr. Wasabi. In today's episode, we are making the Ella Springlock Suit from, of course, the FNAF movie. First of all, Happy New Year to all of you people. Secondly, this Springlock suit can be seen in the later half of the movie where Mike and, of course, Vanessa are kind of poking around in the back wardrobes and such where they find it. It's got this wonderful Springlock feature as seen in the Springtrap costume and is largely based off the Ella animatronic from, of course, the FNAF Book series. So with all that out of the way, I think it's time to get in to our block list. So, for the Ella Springlock Suit build, you need the following block items: black carpet, polished black stone slabs, black terracotta, grey concrete, grey wool, grey concrete powder, cyan terracotta, light grey concrete, polished andesite stairs and slabs, blast furnaces, stone brick walls, smooth stone slabs, white wool, bone blocks, sand blocks, white terracotta, light grey terracotta, birch stairs, stripped birch wood, stripped jungle wood, jungle planks, acacia planks, stripped acacia wood, mangrove slabs, mangrove stairs, red concrete, pink terracotta, spruce planks, oak wood, smooth sandstone, and oak trapdoors. Oh boy, I nearly ran out of breath reading all of those blocks, my word. For my survival players, because this is quite a textured build, I would focus more on the greyish blocks of the tutorial, as most of the colour spectrum of the Ella suit is a lot of greys, light greys and so on, so please make sure to look out for all of these items. So with that humongous block list out of the way, I must say, it's time to get in to our time lapse. And we are back from that amazing time lapse, folks. But before you do anything, if you do like what I do, please like this video and subscribe. Now, let's look at what we built here. Now, you may be wondering, Wasabi, why is there two versions of this creepy looking doll? And I'll get to that in a second. But first of all, let's have a look at what we built so far. Now, honestly, I have no idea why they would have this as a attraction for children. This is the most creepy looking doll I've actually ever seen in my life. Now, I've done some research on this character before the movie came out. So I do understand why this thing was sort of rotting away in the back rooms, so to speak, but my word, if they wanted to nail the horror aesthetic, then adding this character surely would have raised that, in my opinion. Now, of course, going through this build, this is one of the few builds with both an inside and outside detailing. I did make sure to add all the spring lock mechanisms, as it's the sort of first thing you see when you see it in the FNAF movie, and it is quite a big plot point, so I thought I'd be a bit remiss if I didn't at least add this wonderful mechanism. And surrounding the Springlock suit itself is obviously this creepy doll costume, which is originally blue, but after time it kind of fades away, so you have this sort of creepy looking grayish, not exactly blue, but it's that kind of middle ground between grey and dark blue. I chose to do grey wool because it just kind of adds to the creepy factor, and there isn't really much of a go-between but towards blue and grey. And of course, going to the head itself, now obviously because this is a Springlock suit, there is pretty much nothing behind the face itself. It's just two voids for eyes, which is very creepy, I must say. If we go over to the hat, now this, oh my goodness, this thing was giving me so much trouble, let me tell you folks. In terms of shaping, this hat in general went through about 5 different design changes before I thought it was acceptable. The others looked so dinky, it really did look a bit goofy in my opinion, but I'm really glad we managed to nail the size proportions for the hat, because it really was the sort of crowning glory of this horrific build, I must say. And alongside that, we have some wonderful hair textures. Now obviously this is artificial hair, so it's a bit messy. It was this mix between ginger and brown, so we had the similar situation as we did with the bluish grey of the dress itself. So I went with a safe little use of spruce planks and oak wood, which works really well in my opinion. Now, for those who have done their research, when you see this thing in the FNAF movie, you might be thinking, Wasabi, isn't there a front bit to this doll? And you would be correct. In terms of the default build, I want there to be a very much element of the Springlock suit. So the default version will have its exposed torso out with all of the custom Springlock suits that you do see in the FNAF movie. It's a very unique model, I must say. But for those who do want to have a full version, all you have to do is, when you see me doing this dress bit at the back, just do it at the front. It's really simple. One thing I have to show you is these little bits at the back. They're basically the cage that goes underneath the dress, so just retrofit it to do it at the front. It's really simple. I have made it so that it's really easy to do. I do understand these sort of additional details may be a bit confusing to some people, so I did make sure that it is very easy to implement. And of course, when you've done that, you'll get this complete result of the full Ella Springlock costume. Of course, not showing the Springlocks themselves, but rather the outside costume of Ella. Now, one more thing I must say is that in this version, I have raised the dress a bit, just so it looks a bit more costume-like, rather than the endoskeleton fully protruding. But again, it's artist's preference, I must say. If you do like the Springlock version, then keep it as a default. But if you do want to add some more stuff to it, then obviously those are the steps you'll need to do. So there we go, the Ella Springlock suit from, of course, the FNAF movie. I do hope you enjoyed this build, folks. This is the first video of 2024. Hopefully it's going to be a great year of amazing builds with you folks. So my name has been Dr. Wasabi. I do wish you a most pleasant good evening, and of course, as always, God bless. And now, folks, it is time to say good night. We sincerely appreciate your viewing and hope we've succeeded in providing you with an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Stay happy and come back again soon. Good night.